Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Katawa Shoujo. I believe this is 45? 44? Well, yeah, it's going to be another short one today. So, let's begin. So, I couldn't help but notice you weren't at lunch today. In fact, I don't think I saw you at all. What happened? I fell asleep. I actually didn't wake up until lunch, and only then because Kenji woke me up. What had you so tired? Strenuous workout this morning. Slightly uncomfortable too. You didn't skip leg day, that's what happened. Emi coughed, a half laughing, half embarrassed noise. Remind me not to do that again. No problem. Wasn't exactly great for me either, to be honest. Well, we'll just avoid it from now on. Are you, still sore? Emi stared at me in disbelief. What? It's a legitimate question. Of all questions I never thought I'd be asked. That's one of them. Well, I didn't ever expect to have to ask it, so we're even. Emi laughed at this. I guess so, but... Well, since you asked, yeah, I'm still a little sore. We're never doing that again. No argument from me. A yawn escaped her, and I raised an eyebrow. Tired? Emi nodded sleepily. Haven't slept well. Not sleeping well. I can tell that she didn't mean to tell me this either. Because she gives a little start like she's been caught lying and hastens to her. It's not a big deal though. What's the trouble? Emi shrugs and refuses to elaborate. Walk into a room. Oh yeah, that's it. Walk into a room, take your top off, walk out, refuse to elaborate. Don't know why I've done that. Stressed over exams? Another shrug. But after a pause, Emi nods hesitantly. Yeah, I guess. Actually, that's why I stopped by. She begins to look more and more miserable. Not so you'd notice, of course, but her eyes are on her lap. She's fidgeting. And her voice is quiet. We need to stop hanging out so much. Huh. Why? Emi takes a deep breath like she's been practicing this. Because you're too much fun to be around. And I can't concentrate when you're near me. With exams coming up soon, I just can't have that distraction. Otherwise my grades will be pretty lousy, I'm afraid. I could help you study. She smiles at me, clearly unhappy with the situation. I'd love it if you could, but we wouldn't actually study, would we? I mean, even now, I'm trying to have a conversation with you, but I just want to not converse. I've learned by my rugged manliness, obviously. I understand. That earns me a grin at least. Emi shakes her head. Idiot, you're full of yourself. Well, I am pretty irresistible. Why yes I am. More or less, I guess. Oh. So, that's the situation, Hisao. I have too much fun around you, and if I'm going to go into exams prepared, I need to be alone. Hey, that's okay. It really seems to have been bothering her. Besides, it's only a couple of weeks, and we'll still see each other every morning and at lunch. We can just hang out at school, no problem. And after exams, we'll go on a date to celebrate this being over, okay? Emi grins, pleased by this proposal. Yeah, sure. That sounds great. As if to signal the end of the conversation, she leans in and kisses me. The rest of the night is not spent worrying about exams. It's weird how easily Emi and I can keep from seeing each other, one another after class now. Actually, I'd love to venture to say that it's vaguely disturbing. As either we'd come together, we seem to have split apart without much trouble. Well, I guess that's not exactly true. We've both been pretty bummed after that last night together. And we get to see each other every morning for our runs, and just our runs, I might add. Lunch too, especially when we're at lunchtime with her. We have plenty of time to talk about everything outside of school, whereas the morning runs have become increasingly business-like. I think it's because Emi wants to make up for our foolery in the storage shed, but no matter how much we joke at lunch, I can't help but feeling a little worried about her. She seems distracted more often, and I've caught her fidgeting nervously more than once. Never figured her to be someone who cared that deeply about exams, but they certainly seem to be taking their toll, even though they haven't started. This is just the run-up, the deep breath before the plunge. Tomorrow, the real trials begin. Or the real exams anyway. As for me, I actually don't feel that worried about exams at all. Not sure why. I mean, they're pretty important. My scores here will determine my odds of getting into a good university. Yeah, been there, done that. Well, it was an alright uni. Weren't top, but weren't nowhere near bottom. It was like pretty. It was either low top or pretty high mid back in the day. I only graduated a couple of years back and all. Hell, I'm too cavalier now. I could spell doom for my academic career, if you go into academic career anyway. Like, side tangent, bit of advice. Depending on what you're doing, you don't really need an exam, and even then, it's probably best to weigh up your options first to see. In other words, it's more important to look at exam modules, see if you like it, then pick something based on that. And, well, potential as well, let's be honest, based on if career perspectives are any good and all that. I mean, yeah, I suppose if you want to go into teaching academics, then I suppose any subject could work, but if you're looking to go private sector or somewhere in business, then yeah, I'd suggest looking at exam modules and looking at courses that will yield a pretty decent ROI. Or do an apprenticeship or even trades. But that's enough of that tangent. But going into them, I feel confident that I'll come out the other side okay. Luto thinks I've got science examination locked up at any rate. Or as he says, the last thing that should give you any trouble is my exam, he said. It's way beneath your talents. And again, it's Muto who's telling me this. His praise of me carries a veiled implication that anything less than perfect for me would be a disappointment. He tried to call me a threat more than I should worry about the exam. For that reason, that I find myself in the library after class poring over the textbook. Pretty simple thing to look over, some formulas of velocity, bits about friction, walking to the park compared to my dreaded English exam. Never was good with languages. As I flip through my notes one more time, my mind begins to wander. After these exams are over, things should get easier. Soon we'll be graduated, going off to college, hopefully. I remember my abortive attempt to find out what Emi's plans to do after high school. She avoided the subject pretty deftly, as I recall. Heck, seems that just about every time I push too hard, she dances around the subject, or distracts me through other means. Like a few days ago, at lunch when Rim wasn't around. I think this is where I'll end it off for today. Thank you for watching, have a good day, and goodbye.